Hi everyone. I want to talk to you about an incident that happened this week at my internship, and I just want to get your opinion of what you would do in this matter. A foster mom had called her caseworker this week and explained to her that two of the kids that are placed with her, there's a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old and their siblings, that the 9-year-old had brought a snake in the house and proceeded to cut it in half. And then as she freaked out, he then picked up the front end of the snake and bit the head off. And when she started screaming, he took a pocket knife out of his pants and started to stab her and punch her. And she had cuts and bruises. And her 15-year-old then called 911 and then went to her to help protect her. And when the 6-year-old saw what was going on, he then started flipping out and went to protect his 9-year-old brother. When the police got there, they did calm everything down, and it was at this time that the mom called the foster care worker. Foster care worker immediately, the clinician in the foster care worker immediately went to the house and reassessed the situation, felt that everything was under control at that point, and the kids went to bed. Foster care worker came back to the office and went through the notes with a fine-tooth comb. Now, let me backtrack. The two kids came from a county that Northeast, the company I'm interning with, contract with. It's a county that's very small that doesn't have enough foster homes. They contract with Northeast, and they are still in charge of the kids, and we take the back seat to what can happen with them. So the caseworker went through the notes with a fine-tooth comb, and she then found all the information that explained exactly what happened with this child. She found that in his previous foster home, he had killed a bearded dragon and had also killed a cat. She also discovered that he had been sexually abused, and he would urinate and defecate all the time in his pants, would rub it on the walls. And so at that point, the other county felt that he should have a higher level of care, and they were trying to get him into a behavioral health unit, but there were no beds, so he was put on a waiting list. And since Northeast does offer a higher level of care, which means our caseworkers go into the home 2 to 3 times a week, they felt that would be the next best thing. Now what happened is they never gave that information to the intake person when it was being discussed if he would come into our county. Many questions were asked, but that information was never passed over. And I guess my question to you is, according to NASW 1.06, conflicts of interest. Do you feel this is a conflict of interest, not passing the information along? To me, safety is the number one issue here. It's not safe for the foster parents, and it's not safe for their biological children that are in the home, and it's certainly not safe for the foster children. And also, social worker ethical responsibilities to colleagues. 2.01 states social workers should treat colleagues with respect, and there's absolutely no respect in what they did. And 2.02 states that social workers should respect confidentiality and information. I believe they didn't respect any of that. Respecting it, you would give that information so it doesn't have to be found out in such an obscene way, as far as I'm concerned. The way they handled it, we now had to bring them to a hospital, and all this information had to be revealed to a hospital and then on to a behavioral health facility, when they could have revealed it one time to a behavioral health facility, and it would have stopped many middle people from getting this information. I just wonder how you would handle the situation and what you think about it. Thank you. Can't wait to hear your responses.